Yo. So in the past, I've talked about my personal favourite episodes of Doctor Who from each series. This time, I thought I'd go for the best episodes from each series. These may not kind of be your personal favourite, they're not even some of my personal favourites, but from what I've seen, these are the episodes that people usually class as the best. Now, once again, I'm going to split this into the Russell T Davies era and the Stephen Moffat era, just so we don't have too long. So, the Russell T Davies era, best episodes, one from each series. If you think there's a better one that I've missed, please leave it down in the comments below. So, Series 1, Christopher Eccleston, Billy Piper. The best episode, I think, my personal favourite is Aliens of London World War Three, but the best episodes of Series 1 that I've seen from people are The Empty Child and The Doctor Dances. I mean, okay, you think a child in a gas mask asking for his mummy doesn't sound really that scary or that sci-fi, does it? Trust me, this thing scared people quite heavily. I remember distinctly at the time, this was the first episode that I was legitimately hiding behind the sofa. Because this thing was creepy as hell. And while they do still make reference to it every now and again, kind of for comedy's sake, the scare factor of these two episodes, yeah, it's up there. Plus, you've also got a great cast in there with the introduction of John Barrowman as Captain Jack Harkness and also uh, Merlin Skyas actor as Dr. Constantine, which is a fun little detail. Now, Series 2, I don't hear too many people kind of talk about kind of best episodes from Series 2, but the one that I think usually people class as the greatest, if purely just for its ending, is the two-part series finale, Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. And yeah, I personally class this as the best of Series 2. School Reunion's my favourite, but this one is kind of, the ending of it is pretty heart-wrenching, but then also the ending of Part 1, I feel, is also, it's kind of up there. Because Cybermen swarming over the planet, they've got us outnumbered, they've won, and then just... But I don't understand, Cybermen don't have the technology to build a void ship. That's way beyond you. How do you create that sphere? The sphere is not ours. What? The sphere broke down the barriers between worlds. We only followed. Its origin is unknown. What's inside it? Rosa's down there. That's not Cybermen. Oh my god. Location Earth. Life forms detected. Exterminate. 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 Just that moment alone is gold. Just that one moment of, yep, we're fucked. Yeah. So, Series 3. One episode everybody talks about. My personal favourite is personal favourites are the Shakespeare Code and Gridlock, but the one that people always talk about being the best of Series 3, if not the best of the show overall, was Blink. Personally, I feel I feel kind of the Weeping Angels were kind of overused a bit during Matt Smith's era. Okay, they tried to bring him back, but they didn't always work. Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. But yeah, with this first episode of them, this was a brilliant episode. I mean, this was the first time they actually tried to do Doctor Light episodes. They tried to do it the previous year with Love and Monsters. It hadn't really worked. This time they did it and they got it right. The Doctor and Martha trapped in the past, having to rely on two people who really hardly know what's going on in order to help them out against a really creepy creature that essentially plays grandmother's footsteps with you and wins every time. Yeah, these things... I still maintain that I felt the scariest episode of that series first time round was Human Nature, but yeah, this is definitely a very scary episode, and it's highly worth the rewatch value. For Series 4, I don't care what anyone else thinks about Series 4. For me, the best episodes of Series 4 are the finale, The Stolen Earth, and Journey's End, purely because of their size. I mean, you've got... This was the first time they kind of tried to with New Who at least, they tried to pull everything together. Like Doctor Who, Torchwood, and the Sarah Jane Adventures all together into one big pile. You also got the Daleks in there and the return of Davros. This thing at the time was just huge. And once again, it's got some great moments in there, particularly the ending. And if you don't believe me that this, if you don't share my view that this is some of the best, two of the best episodes, I'm not going to try and change your mind, but I'll leave a link down below for the trailer for part 1. Just watch it and then tell me you're not just a little bit pumped. For me, it's just the drum beat, everything together, pulling everything into one big episode, or 2 big episodes. It for me was just huge. And finally, from kind of series 4.5, David Tennant's final year, well, my personal favourite was The Next Doctor. The best episode, or best episodes once again, that I think for that series are The End of Time. Maybe because kind of first time John Sim came around as the Doctor back in 2007, he was a good villain, yes, but I didn't particularly know that much about him. He seemed a bit odd. But this time, the guy's just full on mad, full on psychotic. And just his plan, while he did scare me first time around, this time, seeing him transplant himself onto every single human on planet Earth, I was legitimately scared. I remember being scared, just his madness. And then, I've heard people talk about this part before, but then at the very end, with Timothy Dalton coming out, yeah, as the gift showing that the Time Lord's going to return, you both think, whoa, is this good or bad? Because you've heard so many stories about the Time Lords, but here they seem different. They seem kind of stronger, more powerful than ever, and you can't tell whether they're good or bad. So, yeah. Yeah, The End of Time, both parts 1 and 2, and the ending, I feel, of it, kind of, with the Doctor, I don't want to go. You and us all, mate. We didn't want you to go yet. But ultimately, time had to move on. So, yeah, I'll do another video stating the Stephen Moffat era, and each kind of the best ones from there. But, for the time being, that's what I think the best episodes of the Russell T Davies era. I mean, as I said, if you think there's a better one, leave a comment of it down below, and I'll see you next time.